A Maple Grove woman has been charged with shooting and killing her boyfriend after she said he assaulted her. A criminal complaint says 29-year-old Stephanie Clark is charged with second-degree murder. If convicted, the maximum recommended sentence is 40 years. Officers responded to this home around 6 p.m. last Thursday. The complaint says they found the boyfriend dead on the floor of the home. The complaint also says that Clark told police the boyfriend punched her and she wound up shooting him. Each day there are more stories about the impact of the novel coronavirus. We are already seeing the effects in the travel industry. On Tuesday, we learned about prominent airlines like Delta and American cutting international and domestic flights. So what does it mean for local travel agents and their customers? Eric Nelson visited with the Maple Grove company to see how it's handling business.
The coronavirus continues to have a domino effect around the globe, impacting people from China to Carver County. The fear of being exposed to COVID-19 has some people staying home.
You know, people have vacations planned and they don't know what to do. They're confused and it's a lot of inquiries.
Ann Martin has been a Maple Grove travel agent for 30 years. She remembers SARS, H1N1, and Ebola. But according to Martin, those illness scares don't compare to the rapidly spreading coronavirus.
Not this bad, no. This one seems a little crazier.
COVID-19 outbreak has many people rethinking their travel plans.
Some people canceling because they're scared.
Martin believes that things aren't as bad as they appear, but admits when a luxury liner is stuck off the California coast, the optics don't look good for the cruise industry.
Could that be me? Could I be stuck for 14 days, you know? And that's the biggest thing, is the quarantines on the cruise ships right now are the biggest concern.
As for the airlines, some people are now reluctant to get on a jet, which could mean huge losses for many carriers during the peak of spring break.
It's all over the news. You can't get away from it, so.
Some folks are now wondering, should I stay or should I go? One thing is certain, we could all use an escape from coronavirus. Now, most major airlines are trying to ease any concerns about flying. In fact, Delta has a command center in Atlanta specifically dealing with coronavirus. In Crystal, I'm Eric Nelson, CCX News.
Meanwhile, school districts are also closely monitoring the spread of coronavirus. The superintendent of Wayzata schools sent out an email to parents saying custodial staff are cleaning the buildings more often and focusing on sanitizing frequently used surfaces like doorknobs and desks. Teachers are also developing online learning plans in case school has to be closed, and staff members are replacing in-person meetings with teleworking. And of course, the email urged students and staff to actively wash their hands multiple times each day. Golden Valley will soon be the center of the cross-country skiing universe as Theodore Wirth Park prepares to host the World Cup next week. The event will bring the world's fastest skiers and tens of thousands of spectators to the area. Delane Cleveland joins us now with more on what to expect. Delane?
Shannon, the Cross Country World Cup officially takes place on Tuesday, March 17th, but they'll have events happening all weekend, from free concerts to bike races to skiing.
You know, people are working really hard this week and have been for years, actually. So yeah, we're going to be completely ready for this event come Saturday, and really excited.
Crews have been working hard to get the park ready for the World Cup. Much of the seating is in place, temporary venues are going up, and the course itself has a meter of snow for the 130 athletes from around the world that plan to compete for a championship. It's the first time in 2 decades that a World Cup race will be held in the United States, and organizers are thrilled to be hosting the event at Theodore Wirth Park. And despite the warmer weather, organizers expect the course to hold up.
We made oodles and oodles of snow earlier this winter. We made a meter of snow pretty much on the whole course. We made extra piles periodically, and then we pushed out new piles last week when we saw this warm weather coming. So we're feeling really good on the snow.
Organizers say they've sold about 10,000 tickets for the event, and they expect between 15,000 to 20,000 people to attend. Parking, though, is limited, so they're asking people to either bike or take public transportation. Otherwise, if you have to drive, they'll have shuttle service available on Tuesday from Parade Stadium in Minneapolis or the West End parking ramp in St. Louis Park. Shannon?
All right, thank you, Delane. Over to Plymouth Elementary School, the message is about clean water. Sunset Hill Elementary School received a one-of-its-kind educational tool to help students better understand groundwater science. The Minnesota Water Well Association donated and delivered 180 awesome aquifer kits statewide for Groundwater Awareness Week. Sunset Hill teachers say students will use the kits to simulate different types of groundwater models in class.
But one thing they cannot see is they can't see what's happening under the surface of the ground. And so these kits are the perfect tool to demonstrate what's happening beneath them. And so it's a visual demonstration for children to see what's going on in your aquifer, which is part of your water cycle.
Teachers can apply for the kits online, and we'll have a link on our website too, ccxmedia.org. And here's something to spice up your Tuesday.
We partnered with Marna's for Tacos and Tunes out of Robbinsdale. If you haven't been there, they do great Costa Rican food.
Omni Brewing in Maple Grove hosts Tacos and Tunes every Tuesday from 6 to 8:30 p.m. For $10, you get a glass of beer and 2 tacos. Local bands also provide live music inside the tap room. It has been a popular event this winter and will continue to take place every Tuesday through the end of the month. And remember, you can always check out more stories from the place where you call home on our website, ccxmedia.org.
This week at the state Class 4A girls basketball tournament, Hopkins continues its bid for another perfect season. Here's Jason Malillo with a preview of the Royals' first game against Cambridge Isanti.
28 games, 28 wins. But as the state tournament approaches, the Hopkins girls are still working to get better.
We try to just win every practice, just every day trying to get better, even though like everybody says like we're already like the best team in like the country, but we know we still got a lot of work to work on defensively and offensively.
Top to bottom, the Royals are the most talented team in the state. They have a depth of offensive weapons and use a relentless intensity on defense to wear down opponents.
We create opportunities on defense. You know, if we focus on defense first, because defense can get us a bucket on offense and get our offense going.
This time of season, when it's one and done, the Royals also concentrate on knowing their enemy. Cambridge Isanti was the 4 seed in Section 7, but knocked off the 1 and 4 seeds en route to the title. So Hopkins knows the Blue Jackets will be riding high coming into state.
We've got tons of film, and you know we've asked other coaches, and they've helped us out, and we feel that we'll be as ready as we possibly can for whatever they throw at us.
Head coach Brian Cosgriff says this is one of the best state tournament fields he can remember. But if the Royals play their game, 3 more wins and a state title is certainly within their grasp. Jason Malillo, CCX Sports.
Hopkins and Cambridge Isanti will tip off at 10 a.m. Wednesday at Williams Arena. The Providence Academy girls are in the Class 2A tournament for the first time since 2013. As Jay Wilcox reports, a Young Lions team is ready to shine.
It's a Providence team with freshmen and sophomores playing key roles, but with seniors leading the way. They had a pretty good feeling that this could be a special season.
I'm going to be honest, I knew from the beginning that we could make it to state. I was very confident in it. This year we have a really good group of girls, like very balanced, and we always like work hard and put the work in, and I knew from like the beginning that this was a special team and we could do something special together.
We think our calling card is how we play together. Like we have each other's backs, every play, every possession. That's what we want to do. We high-five each other, we get each other through it. If someone makes a mistake, you go. If they fall on the ground, you get them up off the ground. We just play together, and that's the biggest key.
The Lions are 25-5, and 2 of the losses were avenged later in the season, including a convincing Section 5AA semifinal win over Holy Family. It shows the progress this team's made.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we've got a young team, but we've developed as the year's gone on. So getting a chance to go beat Holy Family again, beat Minnehaha again, it shows how we were different in the beginning and how much we've grown as a team.
Providence wasn't seeded for the state tournament, and they drew a tough team in the quarterfinals. Number 2 seed Sauk Center.
They're a very big team. They're very good. There's a reason they're ranked #2 in the state, and we're excited to handle that and show what we can do down here too. We think we're very talented, even though we might not have gotten the seed.
There's a buzz around the school as Providence returns to state for the first time in 7 years. The Lions are planning to make the most of the trip. Jay Wilcox, CCX Sports.
Providence and Sauk Center play at 6 o'clock Wednesday at the Maturi Pavilion at the University of Minnesota. 4 local teams in all are in the state girls basketball tournament spread over 3 classes. Park Center is in the Class 4A tournament after beating Centennial in the Section 5 championship. The Pirates are 25-4 and seeded 4th. They meet Stillwater in the quarterfinals at noon Wednesday at Williams Arena. It's Park Center's first trip to state since 2017. The Heritage Christian Academy Eagles are back in the Class A tournament for a 3rd straight season. Eagles are seeded 5th and play Waterville Elysian Morristown Thursday at 1 o'clock at Maturi Pavilion. That's all for sports. More news in a moment.